Hello there, it's Caroline with White Wolf Mystic. So I'm going to go ahead and continue on with the July readings for the zodiac signs, and I'm going to do earth signs today. So Virgo, Capricorn, and Taurus. What to expect in July. So we do have a lot of major astrological transits going on this month. We are in the middle of eclipse season right now, which started on July 2nd with the new moon in Cancer solar eclipse, and then we're going to have a full moon in Capricorn lunar eclipse on July 16th. So this is very powerful energy in terms of bringing in new opportunities that are going to help guide you along your path, and then also taking out certain people, places, or circumstances, events that are not serving your path. So very potent energy right now for manifesting and for just sitting with what is and surrendering to the present moment and practicing acceptance and forgiveness. We have Venus in Cancer now, so learning how to love and accept others and nurture others from a place of compassion and empathy is a theme. We have Mercury going into retrograde on Sunday in Leo, so getting out of our left brain, logical, rational brain, and into our right brain, which is creative and intuitive and in touch with spirit and the spirit realm. So these are themes we're going to be working with. Neptune in retrograde is also in Pisces right now. A lot of watery energy going on. That's also going to be focusing on our intuition. Okay, so these are the cosmic energies, just to give you guys a preface, and then I will post in the video below in the comments these timestamps for each of the signs. Okay, so starting with Virgo, what energies do we have going on for Virgo this month? Meditation. Okay, so getting out of the logical brain. You guys, you Virgos are ruled by Mercury, so the whole month of July, pretty much starting on tomorrow, Mercury will be retrograde. So getting out of your thinking mind, because it may be glitching, it may be like backfiring, it may have, communication errors. So just be prepared. For my Virgos out there, now is the time to just ground yourself in the present moment, in your intuition, in your creative side. The more you try to overthink, overanalyze, and process, it's just gonna like backfire. So for July, for you Virgos out there, meditation, okay? Just be in the present moment. The logical, rational brain, although it can be very helpful in problem solving and organizing, it can also get us into a lot of trouble, which is why we have these Mercury retrograde phases. So just kind of roll with it. Unconditional love. I really love that card. It's so pretty. So focusing on acceptance, forgiveness, being patient with others, spending time with loved ones is what I'm getting from this. So let me just pull a few tarot cards. Yeah. Okay. So I've got the moon, which is very appropriate because we're in eclipse season right now. We are also, what was I going to say with that? I lost my train of thought. We have the lunar eclipse on the 16th, but also shadow self. So the moon is our inner world. It is the shadow side. It is the darker side. It's the feminine side. It's the more passive, intuitive place of surrender. Okay, so shadow work may be a very prominent theme for you Virgos this month as well, which is why meditation will be important, because we're being kind of kicked out of our logical brain, so to speak, by Mercury retrograde. It's going to be even more important now to pay attention to what is being triggered, to what is coming up for you, and processing it and taking the time to just be present with it and sit with it without judgment, okay? With compassion and non-judgment. I also pulled intuition, right? Which I just mentioned before. So again, getting out of the left brain and into the right brain and being more in the present moment and being aware of whatever the present moment is bringing up for you, because really that is the only place that any of us have power, not just for Virgos, but the only place we have power is the present moment. Because if we're thinking in the past, it's already happened. And if we're imagining in the future, it's a fantasy because the future doesn't exist yet, right? So the only place we have power is the present moment and being aware of what the present moment is asking of you. And that's how you can really make the most of it, okay? So that is where your power lies this month, Virgo, in the present moment and in your intuition. So here we have the Emperor, authority. This is the Emperor in the traditional tarot deck. This to me is a sign of like control, needing to be in charge, needing to have a plan, needing for everything to be structured. So again, this is what is going to be I'm picking up here. This is what your shadow self is going to be bringing forward this month. It's going to be the areas where you are trying too hard to be in control for the sake of being in control, and kind of questioning your motives. Again, because we have unconditional love here. So Virgo is very much the sign of service to others. That is what Virgo is all about, right? How can I help others? How can I be of service? But sometimes that Mercury mind wants to be in control and wants to take charge and have a plan and have a system. So what I'm getting with this is what the shadow self is going to be bringing up for you, Virgos, in July, is the areas where you're trying to be in control because you want to be in control, or because you want recognition, and not being in control from a place of service or unconditional love. Okay, so just taking a step back and recognizing what the shadow side is triggering in you, and offering help, but from a genuine place of wanting to assist others and not needing to be right or needing to be in charge. Okay, because that's just going to cause more turbulence for you. Let me pull a love card to close out the reading for Virgos. Forgiveness. Nothing can be gained by holding on to past disappointments. Okay, this is definitely related to our shadow work and to taking time out for meditation. Okay, forgiveness. So definitely some shadow work for you, Virgos, this month. Learning to forgive the past, forgive others. That is a part of being in a place of unconditional love, and showing unconditional love to yourself. If there are areas where you've disappointed yourself, where you may have quote unquote failed or didn't succeed, or things didn't go the way you wanted them to, being kind to yourself, because I know you Virgos can be perfectionists too, and because of that you can be very, very hard on yourselves, and I hate to see that because you're such good people. I hate to see good people be so hard on themselves. Okay, so forgiveness for yourself as well if things didn't go according to plan. Just taking a deep breath, surrendering to the present moment, recognizing that it's trying to teach you something. Okay, some really healing work going on for Virgos this month. Moving on to Capricorn. This is going to be a big month for you because we do have this full moon solar, or full, contradictory, full moon lunar eclipse in Capricorn. Okay, this is going to be very triggering for a lot of you Capricorns out there. Full moons are periods of letting go, of releasing, of cutting out things in our life that are no longer serving, especially during an eclipse. So this full moon eclipse in July 16th is going to be very triggering for some of you. Okay, so just be prepared. Let's see what the theme will be for you Capricorns in July. All right, being clear on your intention. I love this. Number 11, it's a master number. Being clear on your intentions and taking time out to breathe. So again, very similar. What I'm getting with this for Capricorns is that July is going to be, look at that, another master number. We have 11, 11, and 22. That's awesome. That is very, like, spirit is very much present in this message for you Capricorns and all around you. Taking time to breathe, going with the flow, stepping into surrender, and being aware of your intentions. Okay, let me pull one more message to see what that is about. And growth. Yeah, so we're in eclipse season where one of the eclipses is going to be in Capricorn. It's going to be in the sign of your sun. So there's going to be some growth here, but the growth may come from elimination. So sometimes the way we are forced to grow by the universe, if we're not paying attention to the signs, then the last resort is growth through removal of what is no longer working. So keep that in mind, that whatever this eclipse season is bringing up for you or taking out, it is for your growth. Okay, so just taking the time to breathe and be in the present moment and process it, and being aware of your intention, because this is a very potent time for you. Eclipse seasons are very powerful manifesting. Being very clear on what it is that your long-term goals are, what it is that you're wanting to create, not just physically in an external world, but internally, right? What do you want to cultivate in your relationships, in your home, because we are in Cancer right now, in your home life? How do you want your home life to nurture you? Okay, so being aware of your intentions. Let me pull a few tarot cards. Okay. All right, so I have mental conflict. So this is very in line with Mercury retrograde as well, that there will be some mental confusion. Your normal ability to process and analyze things will be affected. Okay, I have the devil card here as well, temptation. So a lot of focus on the mind and conquering the mind and the ego mind as well, being aware of your intentions, right? We had the intention card before. So what is your ego telling you? What story are you telling yourself? What is your ego allowing you to believe, or what are you allowing your ego to have you believe about yourself, about your goals, about what you need to feel fulfilled? Okay, because there's going to be some mental conflict here, and I'm seeing that it is related to the ego. So being aware of that. And then I also have solar plexus chakra. And I'm going to pull one more card just to see specifically what we're working on in the solar plexus. So solar plexus is the place of self-worth. It is definitely related to self-worth and how we feel about ourselves and our confidence, okay? So not allowing our ego to convince us that we're not worthy just because we haven't accomplished a certain amount yet, just because we don't have a certain amount of money in the bank yet, right? It's great to have long-term goals and to work towards them, but we also have to silence the ego and recognize that happiness is only in the present moment. So it's okay to strive for, the top of the mountain, for the peak, but also recognizing that we have to be happy in the moment while we're working towards that and validating our sense of self and worthiness in the meantime. Yeah, that's how you're going to get to your goal, because you can't get to your goal being dissatisfied in the moment because you don't have what you want. The way you get to the goal is by being confident in yourself and your abilities and feeling worthy right now where you are, because that is a better energetic place of creation than a place of feeling down and out and frustrated, right? When you are working with the energy of worthiness and I believe in myself and I'm so happy and content right now where I am because I'm accepting of my current situation, that energy is much more potent in creating what you want than the energy of I don't have enough, it isn't enough, I'm frustrated, things aren't the way I want them to be. Okay, does that make sense? So let me pull a love card for you Capricorns. Demonstrate love. Find out what is important to the people you love and act on it. And this includes yourself, okay? Number 48. So that's 12, completion. So being there for those that you care about. This is a very powerful energy that we're all being forced to work with in July because it is Cancer season, and Cancer is a sign of home and family. It's getting out of our own head and our own selfish needs and focusing on the people we care about as well, focusing on emotional connection. And so connecting with those that you care about, taking a time to just breathe out and demonstrating love to those you care about as well as to yourself. Okay, that is Capricorn for July. Let me look at Taurus. What do we have going on for Taurus? What energies are we working with? Barriers. Okay, what else? Answers are within. Okay, so this is coming through pretty clearly for me. So basically you may be coming up against some barriers. You may be hitting some walls this month, Taurus, because there is a lot of watery energy, which can be hard for earth signs sometimes because watery energy is about just being in your intuition and going with the flow. And earth signs they have a hard time going with the flow. They like to have a plan. There needs to be a plan. There needs to be like some structure and some stability and a goal in mind. And so that's just not going to work this month because there's all this watery energy that's asking you to just be and go with the flow and pay attention to what is coming up for you. So you may be hitting some walls and it may feel very frustrating. So the answers are within. So when you start to feel that frustration, you just got to pause, hit the pause button, go out in nature. Nature is very healing for everyone, especially you earth signs. Go spend time with your back against a tree and just be present with whatever's coming up for you. And don't feel the need to be in control of it or to push it down or shove it out. Just be present with whatever is coming up for you, okay? Because that is where you'll find the answers. That is where you'll find the solutions. Just taking time to breathe out, especially for you Tauruses, because I know this is a hard time for you all right now. We have Uranus that just entered Taurus this year. It will be there till 2026. Uranus is the planet of change, of upheaval, of revolution, of rebellion. So in the sign of Taurus, I've had a lot of clients contact me recently that are going through crises, and a lot of them are Tauruses because they're like, what is going on? My life is in upheaval. It's changing. Things are just unpredictable. And so I know for you Tauruses in particular, you're all having a bit of a tough time because Uranus is asking you to look at things differently and to make some changes that will be helpful for you long term and will bring you more stability long term. But right now it's going to feel very uncomfortable because change is very uncomfortable. So just going within when you're going through these crises, and recognize that the only place that you can find stability is from within, because there will always be changes outside of you. The only place you have control really is inside of you, of your mental and emotional state. Okay, let's get some tarot cards to see what that is about. Okay. All right, so we have throat chakra. Throat chakra is communication. It's how we communicate and express ourselves with others. I have memories of love. So this may be for those of you that are, having some relationship struggles right now, or perhaps you're thinking a lot about an ex or about a past relationship and there may be still some bitterness there. Taking time to work through that and communicate through that, even if it's just, if you don't have a communication relationship with that person, doing it from within. And I also have Two of Wands, which is the waiting game, okay? This is, again, struggling with uncertainty, struggling with perhaps decision-making and not knowing what to do next and just feeling stuck, maybe stuck in the past and the way things have been. So throat chakra to me is about communication, communicating with your loved ones, telling them what you need, because sometimes, Tauruses can be a little stubborn and it's like, well, you should know what I need. I shouldn't have to tell you. But you can be very intuitive in terms of reading other people. That's something that Taurus is really good at. Very intuitive in reading other people's energy. But not everyone is good at doing that. That's like a gift that you have, and recognizing that not everyone else can read your mind or intuit what you need. So communicate. Just be open and say, hey, can you help me with this? Or I could really use some of this right now. Or, this feels very frustrating to me when this happens. Or, communicating compassionately with those that you care about, letting them know what you need, because they can't read minds. Okay, so communicating what you need. And if things are unstable right now and you aren't sure what to do, again, July is about going within, doing some healing work and processing, okay? July may not be the best month for making decisions, especially not making major decisions, because we're in eclipse season. We've got Mercury retrograde. We have all this watery energy. It is really a place to be grounded at home and spending time with your close loved ones, okay? So that is the earth signs for July. I hope you guys found that helpful, and I will talk to you all soon. Thanks for watching. Bye.